Hello, crystal blessings everybody. I wanted to show you some crafty stuff I'm working on. I had this healing rattle that I made. I think I showed you this before. And I made it with the help of a Native American healer, mentor. And I've got hot glue everywhere because what I did was I took a green aventurine. Because this is a healing rattle, I wanted to use green aventurine for its healing properties, and a clear quartz point pointing to it to amplify those properties. And I was looking for some leather cord. I thought I had some, but I don't. So I'm going to try something. I'm also going to use some feathers, I think. I'm going to try doing some feathers. I have a bag of feathers that I have. Some are ones that I've collected and some that I bought from the craft store. These are, oh, I forget what kind of feathers these are, but I did get them at the craft store. And I pulled out 3 that are all curved in the same direction. See how they're all going in the same direction? Because I thought it would look kind of weird and messy if, you know, it would flow better if they were all going the same direction, because some of the feathers go in the opposite direction depending on where they grew on the bird. So these are pretty nice ones, I think, and I'm thinking I'm going to try wrapping some raffia, since I don't have leather cord, see how that works, around the stones. And I think I'm going to put the feathers here, I think. My BFF had made one of these as well, and she made a really hot looking one, and I kind of left mine plain. And then I thought, yeah, I think it should get a little of attention and dress it up some for our next drumming circle. So I'll see how that works out, and I'll add that on to the end of this video or somewhere in here. And okay, something else I'm working on, and this is something I'm going to have my students do in my energy tools class for the crystal healing classes that I do. This is going to be a wand for doing crystal healing or any kind of energy vibrational healing. And I'm specifically going to do a chakra clearing and sensing energy type of wand. This will be specifically for clearing for me. So I have these long selenite wands, and selenite is really great for cleansing chakras, first of all. And really good because of the way the crystal system is and the way it fractures. It's perfect for a wand, but they are very fragile. You have to be careful, and you'll notice, you know, when you put it around, and you don't want to bang it because it actually splinters off, so you have to be very careful with it. This is something you want to be careful with, and something you don't want to travel with. If you do any kind of crystal healings, it's not something you'd really, if you packed it really, really well, perhaps, but I would be careful with that. But I'm going to hot glue these stones on, and I have chosen a stone for each chakra that corresponds to the color of that chakra and works very well within its energies and frequencies. And another thing that I did when picking the stones, at first I had like different stones. I had sodalite here and lepidolite here for the third eye chakra. And then I decided, no, I'm going to use all quartz stones, all silicates. So these are all quartz. This way, in my thinking, they communicate their energies very easily because they're all part of the same species, if you will. They're all quartz based. So we have red jasper here for the root chakra, carnelian for the sacral, citrine for the solar plexus, aventurine for the heart chakra, blue lace agate for the throat chakra, amethyst for the third eye chakra, and clear quartz crystal for the crown. And I chose stones that were kind of flat on one side so that they'll sit flush on the wand. And I was thinking about also wrapping, like kind of crisscrossing in between with copper, because copper is a really good amplifier of energy. It has low resistance and it conducts energy very well, hence why we use it for electrical wiring. But we'll see. I'm not sure because I first of all ran out of that too. Thought I had some and I don't. And now I'm kind of like thinking this through in my head right now because this is so fragile and easily splintered. Like, see, here's a splinter right here. I don't know if you can see that, of selenite. It might not be a good idea. So it might be too rough on the selenite. Okay, so what I did was I laid out, first I put the heart chakra stone down first because that one goes right in the middle, so it kind of eyeballed where it would go, and I kind of lined up the rest equidistant from that one, and I'm going to just hot glue them on. So let me do that now, and I'll show you after. Glue gun. So those will come off. I'll just work with it a little bit and get those off. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. This is going to be great. Lots of wonderful energies, using all the different chakra stones, so it employs all the different energies necessary for doing the chakra healing. And this is something you can do that's very inexpensive. None of these are expensive stones. And the selenite wands are pretty inexpensive too, you know, for their size and their weight. You know, they've got some weight, but they're not so hefty that it would be uncomfortable to hold, to do any kind of healing work with, or any kind of work with at all. I mean, you can make all kinds of wands. You could do a wand with specifically for abundance and prosperity and use only those kinds of stones. You can do one with all amethyst to enhance your intuitive abilities. So there's so many different directions you can go with this, and you certainly don't have to do all the quartz like I did. That was just an idea that I had and thought it would work well. Okay, so here's my healing rattle, and it turned out looking pretty good, but this raffia is not going to be very durable, and we really rattle these things quite a bit during the drum circles. So I know it's going to be put through some abuse, kind of, sort of. So I'm thinking this makes a good background for a leather cord. I still want to get a leather cord, kind of like this one. I brought my smudge fan out. I use this to help circulate and move the smoke from a sage bundle where I want it to go. And this was a aventurine agate that I put here also for healing purposes. And I used leather cord around the bottom of this, and I know that would be a lot more durable around that. Plus I'm thinking of also making like an X cross over the green aventurine with the leather cord, just to give it a little bit more stability. Maybe an X cross over the quartz. But I really like the idea of the quartz being here to amplify the energy of the green aventurine, and the frequencies get so high during those drum circles. This is really going to be good medicine right here. And then this is, in case you didn't see this in the other video, this is something else you can do. I just took 4 feathers here, hot glued them together, put a leather cord around the bottom, and hot glued the stone there to the bottom of it. I really like that. Okay, namaste everybody. Happy crafting.